So first things first, thank you for joining me with this interview with the Spirit of Alfreton. You've been at Alfreton Town for 6 games now, just under a month at the club. How have you sort of settled in, and how have you been welcomed by everyone sort of in and around the club as well?
Well, first and foremost, I'm honoured to be given the opportunity to manage Alfreton Town. I'm very grateful for Will, the owner, and for Wayne for reaching out and contacting us around the opportunity, and to the staff which are in place, which have been embedded for a long period of time. They've been very, very welcoming myself and Ben Turner to the club.
Mhm. And what was it specifically about Alfreton Town that attracted you to the job and sort of persuaded you to be able to leave Derby County?
Well, I think I had a connection with the club in terms of playing here as a young player, a long time ago, and also the workmanship like club it is. A lot of good people here. A lot of people who work very, very hard to put this club into the position it's in. And I want to be part of that and move it forward.
Yeah. And since you've come in, what's the players' reaction been like to you coming in, both in terms of adapting to your sort of way of doing things and style?
So it was important to get into through the door and get into the building and see what was here. First and foremost, the club had had a manager in place for 7 years in Billy Heath, who'd been very, very successful and challenged at the right part of the table for numerous amount of years. So it was important that we assess what was in the building and we like what was in the building and what's been going on for a long period of time. So it's just building on that, really.
Mm-hmm.
The players have been fantastic. We've been over the moon with the attitude and the application of the players. We've had little time on the training ground to make them improvements we want to improve on. But we are seeing signs and green shoots that there is improvement, and the performances have been excellent of late. And we've just got to continue doing that.
Yeah, and you've slightly sort of just touched on it there, but in this sort of just shy of a month that you've been in charge, what have you learned about your players?
Well, they're very hard working. They've got a great togetherness within the group. We've had one disappointing result in terms of the Buxton fixture, but other than that, the group has stuck together throughout every game and competed. And then we've just starting to turn the screw in terms of trying to make the opposition defend a little bit more than ourselves. And then we've seen signs of that in the past couple of games where we've been playing forward quicker and making the opposition defend their goal.
Yeah. And one thing, obviously, the club's under your fairly new ownership, having come in the summer. One thing that they put a particular sort of focus on is the professional development program for under 23s players. Is that specifically something that attracted you to the club, having had that previous experience as the sort of senior transition coach at Derby County?
So there's a good opportunity for the club to move forward and try and create a training model in time where we can train a little bit more than what we are doing at the minute. We still are part-time, we still are training Tuesday and Thursday night, and the club has got a thought process in expanding that and trying to create an hybrid program at some point in time. And that professional development phase will fall under that program to start with, and it's been running throughout pre-season and the start of the season. Ultimately, my job's to make sure that we're okay out there on the first team pitch, and up to the majority of my focus and effort and time has been focused on the first team. I've spoke with all the younger players who were classed as professional development phase players. Some of them require game time, which at the minute I can't provide, which means we've got Julio and out on loan, which is getting valuable experience while they're playing. And we've got Ross and Ryan, who's still in the building, who's been involved in match day squads up to yet. And then hopefully I'll get the opportunity to see them play. And hopefully as a club we can move that department and the hybrid program forward in time.
Yeah. And you see, like I've said before, you've been here for just under a month. While some of the results probably weren't the results you'd want, there's been a lot of positive shoots and aspects of the actual performances themselves. What aspects of the performances under the players have most impressed you since you've come in?
Well, first and foremost, everybody wants the new manager bounce and to go on a winning streak or a not a losing streak in terms of picking up results. There's no magic wand. I try and prepare the players as well as possible, and then put the players in the correct positions to go out there and perform. We've performed. For 5 out of the 6 games. Ultimately, we were disappointed in the result at Buxton. But the performance on Saturday against Fyle was really, really pleasing, especially second half. And I think we'll win more games than we'll lose if we perform like that.
Yeah. And come the end of the season, for you personally, what will success look like as Alfreton Town manager come the end of the season? Or what would you qualify as success?
Survival, staying in the division, inheriting a club and a team which is in the bottom 4, and after 6 games we're still remaining there. We've took small steps in improvements. We want to win more games, and we're going in the right direction. But at this moment in time, the thought process is to get away from the bottom 4 as quick as possible. And if we're outside that bottom 4 at the end of the season, we've been successful.